It's real sweat. I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.
You've got a fire burning deep inside, a spark in the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. The ground may shake, but your roots run deep. Every fall you take is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.
Is that real sweat?
It's real sweat. I'm a high performance athlete.
See the sparks in our eyes, racing through the night, chasing every turn. On NFR, adrenaline we burn. Pit stops and fast cars, it's a wild ride. NFR, in our veins we can't hide. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. Yeah. Every lap a story, every driver's dream. On NFR, racing's the supreme. Checkered flags waving, champions arise. NFR brings the glory to our eyes. NFR, where the legends are born. Speeding past the limits, engines reborn. In the fast lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. NFR with the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR swing, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. You will do NFR, feel the speed, the speed.
Engines roar, the crowd goes wild. SAFRL under the lights. Tuesday night, a battle begins. Speeding hearts chasing winds. Pit stops are lightning fast. Every second a driver must grasp. Bumps and spins on curves so tight. Fighting for glory beneath the twilight. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine. The checkered flag is waving near. Fans are cheering, can you hear? Highs and lows in every lap. Draw unfolds, no time for a nap. Competitors push with all their might, risking it all in the fight. Victory awaits the bold and brave. Legends are born on this stage. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine. Checkered flag is waving near. Fans are cheering, can you hear? Highs and lows in every lap. Draw unfolds, no time for a nap. Competitors push with all their might, risking it all in the fight. Victory awaits the bold and brave. Legends are born on the stage. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine.
In the quiet lanes of Silverstone town, folks are whispering about a boy falling down. He got a seat from his daddy, money's the king. Driving that Williams ain't like riding free. Tires spin, engines roar, but the podium's far. His wheels hit the gravel, now there's damage to the car. Got the world at his feet, yet he fumbles the lead. His dreams race away, but he's not in the speed. Daddy's money, daddy's ride, crashing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name that can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Now he's got his own team with a famous name. Aston Martin's the brand, but it's still the same shame. Every corner, every turn, the crashes unfold. Dreams wrapped in carbon fiber, truth left untold. Paddock folks shake their heads with a sigh. as the green car spins and the hopes run dry. No matter the funds, it's a harsh game of pain. $1 million toys can't shelter the rain. Daddy's money, daddy's ride, crashing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name but can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Daddy's money, daddy's ride, crashing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name but can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill.
Gather round, mates, for a tale that's a laugh about a racer named Jack took an F1 path. Aussie lad with guts, but he spun that ride, crashed his dreams, now he's off to the side. Jack Gold Coast born with speed in his heart, Dad's a legend, gave him racing from the start. F4, F3, tearing up the scene. F2 king, living out his dream. Alpine shouted, Jack, you're our man. Gave him Ocon seat, thought he'd lead the plan. But 25 roaring like a Roo gone wild. Jack's F1 hopes got wrecked in exile. Suzuka turn 1, pushing 8 and 5. Slammed that wall, car barely survived. Team radio buzz, Jack, you still there? He's stumbling out, dust in his hair. Oh, Jack ain't coming back, he's done away, mate. Crashed that car, sealed his F1 fate. 0 points, left skid marks on the track. Frank goes in, and Jack ain't coming back. Miami Grand Prix, thought he'd make a mark. Turn 1, lap 1, sent Liam Lawson to the dark. Penalty stacked, his license near shot. Speeding in the pits, fines hit the lot. Alpine's cash took a hit from his spree. Boss Solly Oak said, Jack, you're killing me. Franco Colapinto with bucks and a smile. Snagged Jack's seat, sent him back in exile. Fans online are cackling, saying Jack's a bust. 6 races, no points made, you're eating dust. Oh, Jack ain't coming back, he's done away, mate. Crashed that car, sealed his F1 fate. 0 points, left skid marks on the track. Frank goes in, and Jack ain't coming back. Jack swore he'd push like a dingo on fire, but his car's in scraps and his dreams retired. Back to reserve, just a spare in the shed. F1 chewed him up, left his hopes for dead. Jack with a grin and a cheer. Your F1 run was a wild outback steer. Aussie battler, you gave it a crack, but them crashes prove Jack ain't coming back. Oi, mate. Oh, Jack ain't coming back, he's done oi, mate. Crashed that car, sealed his F1 fate. 0 points, left skid marks on the track. Frank goes in, and Jack ain't coming back.
Under neon lights and engine screams, she's the guardian of our speed-filled dreams. With skull in flight and alien on the chase, she's the calm in the storm, our guiding grace. Andre by her side, loyal and strong, their love's been racing all along. But it's the brotherhood she holds so near, with every lap she makes it clear.
every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Trophies shine, but not like her pride, watching Skull and Andre glide. She's there in silence, she's there in roar, in every circuit, every lore. From midnight spins to dawn's first light, she's always there holding us tight. No crash too deep, no curve too wide, with her in spirit, we rise, we rise. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid, with every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Just a fan, she's legacy born, through every F1 storm we wore. Holding the line, fierce and unseen, forever our monarch, our Death Queen. Whoa, Death Queen, heart of the grid, with every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Yeah, oh, Death Queen, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Let me spin you a tale about a race car driver, George Russell by name. He's quick on the track, but don't get too excited, cause when it comes to greatness, well, he's not quite knighted. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fake. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. He's got the helmet, he's got the car, but when it comes to win, he's not quite up to par. He's got the look like Woody with a cowboy hat, but when he's in the pit, you'll see him shed a tear stack. Now don't get me wrong, he's got some skill, but when you're talking about the best, he's not in that middle. He'll race you hard, give you quite the fright, but in the end, he's more known for his tears at night. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. So here's to George, with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry.
with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run.
You're trying hard, but the gap's getting tight. Oscar, you're fading in the championship fight. Oscar slipping, Lando's quitting. Hungary's crown got the Britain spinning. It's that Sheeran Lowry's golden boys the one. Lando's taking over. Oscar, you're done. Oh, 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 slipping away. Oh, 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 Lando's here to stay. Slipping, no turning back. Oscar slipping, Lando's grinning. Hungary's crown got the Britain spinning. It's that Sheeran Lowry's golden boys are one. Lando's taking over. Oscar, you're done. Oh, 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 slipping away. Oh, 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 Lando's here to stay. You're the Aussie cool, but Zach's got a crush. Lando's Silverstone struck up the crowd in a rush. Team orders now, but the vibes pretty clear. Zach's got Lando's poster on his wall this year. Oscar, you're quick, but you're missing the spark. Lando's got the luck, leaving you in the dark. In the dark. Oscar slipping, Lando's grinning. Hungary's crown got the Britain spinning. It's that Sheeran Lowry's golden boys are one. Lando's taking over. Oscar, you're done. Here to stay.
Nico rolled into F1 back in 2010. A German kid with dreams, pole in Brazil back when. Williams gave him wings, but then they clipped him fast. Sent him to the sidelines, dreams fading in the past. Force India and all, he drove with fire and heart, but podiums dodged him like a mule kicking in the dark. 3-4 so close in Belgium, Korea too. Hockenheim's reign in 19 slid right out a dune. Oh, Nico, you chased that podium dream. 238 starts, no trophies gleam. Through rain and wrecks you fought, never lost your spark. Silverstone's mud in 25, you lit up the dark. Le Mans in 15, you won with Porsche's roar, but F1's cruel mistress kept locking that door. Sauberhausen back, you badgered for a seat. Günther Steiner laughed, Nico, you can't be beat. Monaco 16, Sergio stole the show. Bad pit calls left you stuck in traffic's bitter flow. Yet you kept on driving, no quit in your soul. A freight hauler son with a heart made of gold. Oh, Nico, you chased that podium dream. 238 starts, no trophies gleam. Through rain and wrecks you fought, never lost your spot.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the second mystery venue of the season, season 12, round 8. We're about to close the hole. Be clear. Just for confirmation. The venue will be Kota, and by quite some margin. Well, it was definitely Kota. In second place, it was Las Vegas, then Baku, and there we go. USA, Kota, then Vegas, Baku, and then Singapore. The least favorite choice. So everybody can now start getting ready for the circuit of the Americas. That's where they'll be racing in a few minutes from now. I'll let you enjoy a little bit more music, and I'll see you again in about 5 minutes.
And he's here to stay. Max the Maverick. He rolls to the grid, eye sharp as a blade. A storm in the cockpit, never afraid. Teammates tremble, they can't keep pace. Max takes the wheel, owns every race. From car to crown, he carved his way. A predator born to slay the day. The records fall, the doubters fade. A legend's forged, the price is paid. Max Verstappen, king of the fight. Burning the track in the dead of night. Outruns the pack, leaves them behind. Fastest heart with a mastermind. Not the quickest car, but he still shines. Bends the rules, rewrites the lines. Max Verstappen, hear the roar. The champ who always begs for more. Our bond, they tried their best, but Max just laughs, aces the test. He dances through corners, a devil's art. Tears up the field, rips it apart. Red Bull's wings, they used to soar. Now it's Max who evens the score. The car's not primed, the rivals grin, but he still finds a way to win. Max Verstappen, king of the fight. Burning the track in the dead of night. Outruns the pack, leaves them behind. Fastest heart with a mastermind. Not the quickest car, but he still shines. Bends the rules, rewrites the lines. Max Verstappen, hear the roar. The champ who always begs for more. Monaco streets, Silverstone rain. He turns the chaos into his gain. A lion's soul, a warrior's creed. Speed's his drug, it's all he needs. They build the walls, he breaks them down. Three-time king still wears the crown.
engines roaring loud, heartbeats on the rise. On NFR, see the sparks rise.
We finished it off. That's a big day for us, for constructors. We'll keep chipping away.
Pizza's paying off, mate.
Pizza, pizza, pizza.
In our veins we can't hide. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. Yeah. Every lap a story, every driver's dream. On NFR, racing's the supreme. Checkered flags waving, champions arise. NFR brings the glory to our eyes. NFR, where the legends are born. Speeding past the limits, engines reborn. In the fast lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. NFR with the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR's lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. You move to NFR, feel the speed.
Engines roar, the crowd goes wild. SAFRL under the lights. Tuesday night a battle begins. Speeding hearts chasing winds. Pit stops are lightning fast. Every second a driver must grasp. Bumps and spins on curves so tight. Fighting for glory beneath the twilight. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine. The checkered flag is waving near. Fans are cheering, can you hear? Highs and lows in every lap. Draw unfolds, no time for a nap. Competitors push with all their might, risking it all in the fight. Victory awaits the bold and brave. Legends are born on this stage. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine. Checkered flag is waving near. Fans are cheering, can you hear? Highs and lows in every lap. Draw unfolds, no time for a nap. Competitors push with all their might, risking it all in the fight. Victory awaits the bold and brave. Legends are born on the stage. SAFRL on a Tuesday night. Adrenaline rush and flashing lights. Tears and triumphs on the line. In the race of life at 8 p.m. shine.
In the quiet lanes of Silverstone Town, folks are whispering about a boy falling down. Got a seat from his daddy, money's the king.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again to NFR, to SAFRL. Look at that, I've got the wrong screen up. Let's see, can I fix that? There we go, fixed. To SAFRL, of course, tonight, a mystery circuit, the second one of the season. And this time around, we're in Austin, Texas, the Circuit of the Americas. Of course, after many failed attempts of F1 trying to grab an American audience, seems like F1 found a home at the Circuit of the Americas. It's only expanded since then. 3 Grand Prix in the USA, possibly a 4th coming in 2027. We have a full lineup of drivers here tonight. Read through some of those names: Nismo, Smurf, Skull and J-Boy in the pair of Ferraris, Panda, Top Gun, Virus, got Wezo, Pantry Star, Blade, Lebby, Robin, Apmagozi, got Essa, Martin DeBrain, Spikes, Bosch Cartoon, Wheeze, Andre, and Sugar Bear. 20 drivers in the field. What promises to be an interesting evening. Of course, Kota was quite the favourite on the pole. I think some of the drivers would have seen that, and maybe they would have done a little bit of preparatory for this circuit. I don't expect the guys to be coming into the race quite as rusty. Well, unless you've been practicing for Baku. Not Baku, Baku. Baku. But it sounds dumb when I say Baku. So it's Baku. No lap times yet. A few of the drivers have already gone over the line. Start a quick lap. A lot more drivers still on out laps. Just one driver remaining in the pits for now. That is Essa. Looking for a bubble on the race circuit. A bit of clean air. 19 drivers out on circuit. Just under 15 minutes to go. Determine the field, the starting field for tonight's race. Welcome to everyone in the comments section. Sugar Bear, I think he's out on circuit. He was in the comments section. Skull also out on circuit. He was in the comments section. Welcome to Death Queen, Anita. Boinkies also out on circuit. Is he? No, he's not. Boinkies showing his support tonight in the comments section, not on the tarmac. Virus, first of the timed drivers to go over the line, a 1:33.4. That's the Williams. Still 19 drivers looking for that first lap time. Of course, Kota, one of the widest circuits on the calendar, but guys can still find their way over those white lines. So important not to have any invalidated laps, not waste any runs. And there we go, straight away getting offline, getting out of the way. The cars on a quick lap. Weeze has gone fastest, they 1:33.1, then Pantry Star 1:33.2, Nismo 33.3. Just keeps going. Virus 33.4, Martin De Brain 33.5. Top 5 split by half a second. More and more cars coming over the line. Afmagozi goes over the line, sets his first time, a 1:37.5. Andre 1:34.9. Very, very close to the time from Top Gun. Look at that, 34.922. 34.924. That's 0.02 of a second. Caution in sector 2, but that's just a driver getting out of the way, Shuili. Everybody on a set of soft tires, nobody messing about, nobody sandbagging. Of course, just 12 minutes to go in the session. If you were going to sandbag, you should have done it on your first run. Spikes goes over the line, becomes the first driver to see the 32s. 32.8, and so far that is the quickest time we've seen. We're following J-Boy getting a tow from his teammate. Sometimes that can work out awfully well, sometimes that can work out awfully bad, but J-Boy quickest in sector 2, lights up the circuit in purple. I think that suggests that tow made a serious difference. See what J-Boy can do now in sector 3. He was purple in sector 2, fastest sector 2 we've seen. See what he can do as he goes around the final corner. Opens up the RS, and that goes up into P10. The track, the lap went away from him. In sector 3, definitely quick in sector 2. That tow made a big difference. This is played on an outlap. I did see all 20 drivers out on circuit, but there are 3 drivers there at the bottom of the field without a lap time, so that suggests aborted runs or invalidated laps. Every minute that ticks by, pressure mounts. The time for 2 runs quickly becomes the time for 1, and then it has to be a lap of no mistakes. This is Spikes going over the line again, getting another lap on this set of tires. Go faster, 32.8, still the best time for now. He's in P2 with a 33.1, and he doesn't like being in P2, that's why he's out on circuit. 33.1 on an outlap. He's looking to go and improve, looking to become the second driver to see the 32s. Pantry Star in P3. I think this is him returning to the pits. Nismo in the pits. This is Virus on an outlap. Panda in the pits. Martin De Brain on an outlap. Who's on a quick lap? J-Boy's on an in-lap. And Andre slows down as we go on board. Nobody wanting to give us some action. Maybe we'll get some action from the Haas. This Blade, no lap time from him just yet. That's what I talked about the pressure. As that time ticks down, you have less and less runs available to you. And let's see what Blade can do. That's a good first lap. Puts him up into P6. It's a 33.4. I think he'll be happy with that. Still 9 minutes in the session, so he's got more than enough time to go back. Try again. Essa in the pits. Wezo and Apmagozi, the two RBs, both on outlaps. Wezo still looking for a lap time, as is Essa, but Essa remains in the pits for now. Robin and Top Gun 16-17, the pair of Aston Martins. Andre 34.3, looking for something more. You know, he can get closer to Skull, so he should still have a minimum of 4 tenths in him somewhere. You know Andre likes to mess about with the tyres on that first run. I wouldn't read too much into that lap time just yet. Still the quickest driver in the session so far. 32.8 and the only driver in the 32s, but for how much longer, because Weeze is out on circuit. His previous best was a 33.1 and was good enough for provisional pole when he set it, but now he's out to take it back. Through sector 3 here at the Circuit of the Americas into the final corner, modelled after Kailami's final corner and pit entry. He's over the line and sets the record straight. 32.5. Not only did he take provisional pole, well, Spikes improved. Look at that, Spikes did improve. 32.6. Still only good enough for P2. He's 32.5, but I think we have a battle on for pole. And there's still more drivers down the field. But if you know their name, if you've seen them race elsewhere, or even here, you know they've got a lot more lap time in them. 6 minutes to go. Don't read too much into this timesheet just yet. The RB of Wezo. Definitely my favorite livery when they did all the launches at the beginning of the season. Libby in one of the Alpines, currently P11, 33.6. You got a feel for some of these guys. The lap times are so incredibly close in the midfield. Just 2 or 3 tenths. Can give you 5 or 6 positions. Look at that. 33.2, 33.2, 33.3, 33.4, 33.4, 33.4. Then we've got 3 33.6s, 33.7, 33.9. That is an insane amount of drivers, all within the 33s. And it's just such a close midfield. A mistake or not an optimal lap leave you on the wrong side of that midfield, and you're expecting a P5 or P6, it might quickly become a P11 or a P12. This is Robin, one of the 2 Aston Martin drivers. Lots of you watching. Comment section very quiet. So let me know, who do you think is going to take pole position? This is very, very close so far, unless Weeze has got a lot more in his pocket and he's just being cruel. Wants to show it all at the end on the final run. Rub the salt into the wounds. Just deflate the rest of the field from any possible optimism they may have been feeling. Only Weeze will know if he has more. Only Weeze will know how much more. I know Death Queen is DQ. I've referred to Death Queen as DQ many times, but for some reason, I think I must be hungry. I looked over at my screen, I saw DQ, and I was like, why are they talking about Dairy Queen? It's been a long time since I was in a Dairy Queen. On another outlap, 32.5. He knows how close that is. Just a tenth of a second. He knows Spikes can take it. So he needs to go back out there, defend that lap time, try and pull the goalpost even more. Harsh Cartoon calls it a day from his qualifying session. Maybe not enough time to go out again. Maybe just wants to spectate before the race. Either way, he is out of qualifying. He will go no higher than P9. We're looking at the man in P1 on an outlap over the line to start his quick lap. He'll ride on board with Wheeze as he goes for what will be his final attempt. 2.5 minutes remaining in the session. Big caution in sector 2. Somebody just getting out of the way or maybe having some off-track time. Sector 1 he has found some time. Wheeze finds, I think that was 0.02 of a second. Not much. But he is under his previous best. Let's see what he can do in sector 2. Get that car rotated around the hairpin and then get the best possible launch down this straight. Opens up DRS, gets a fantastic toe. And surely, with a toe like that, down the straight, a bit of battery, a bit of DRS. And look at that, he's found 0.2 of a second. And now going into sector 3, unless this lap falls away from him and he has an absolute disaster, I think we're looking at a 32.3. Maybe lower. Squeeze around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. A bit of a wiggle at the back. And it's a 32.2. I said a 32.3. He's beat me. 32.2. Everybody else, you're going to have to find a little more. So Wheeze 32.2, showing his speed, showing his pace here at Kota. It's funny, I see some of these drivers complaining about the circuit. We would have rather raced here, didn't want to race in Kota. Meanwhile, they show up in Kota and look at these lap times. Imagine we let them race where they wanted to race. Imagine letting Wheeze race his favorite circuit. Disastrous. We'd have to Flavio Briatore a few safety cars. Session now coming to an end. Where is Spikes? Spikes, has he got over the line? I think he did get over the line for one more lap. Right, he doesn't have a checkered flag next to his name, so he just got over the line with mere seconds to go. For some of the drivers, the session is over. Got over the line before the checkered flag fell. Well, you can finish that lap. We're looking at Spikes. Not so long ago, the time to beat was a 32.5. It was just a tenth away from his reach. Since then, Wheeze has come out, extended the gap, 32.2. He's going to have to find half a second if he wants to take pole away. I think it's going to be easier said than done. Of course, Wee's got a fantastic toe down that back straight. Spikes does not get the same treatment. it would take something special. And I think he has found something special. Look at that in Sector 2. 0.4 of a second. If he's able to hold this lap together till the end of the lap, I think we're going to have an awfully close shootout. Time to beat 32.2. Spike's current time 32.6. Almost a 32.7. Let's see what he can come up with around the final corner. Where does this put the McLaren? P1, P2, what's it going to be? It's P1, 32.1. Fantastic lap. Gets all of the broadcast to himself because he left it so late. And what a way to do it. What a lap time, 32.1. And he takes pole position by 0.09 of a second. There we go. Your results for qualifying, Spikes. Took that lap right at the end. I got maths wrong on that. He took it by 0.1 of a second. Wheeze P2, then Nismo P3. They're followed by Virus, Blade, Panda, Skull, Pantry Star, Smurf, and Martin makes up the top 10. Outside the top 10 with a bit of work to do, we've got Wezo, Sugar Bear, Harsh Cartoon, Lebby, J-Boy, Scout, Andre, Essa, Top Gun, and Apmagozi. I have no idea why I called him Scout. I always call him Robin. Either or. Robin Scout. You have the same name as Kimi Räikkönen's son. Robin Räikkönen. His first ever go-kart race, wasn't able to take part in qualifying, so started 22nd on the grid. On debut, went on to finish in P2. Keep your eyes on Robin Räikkönen. To the right-hand side of our screens, all the cars will be sitting in their grid slots. Drivers will be making their final choices regarding tyre strategy, when they intend to pit, what they expect from this race. There is a few clouds about, but I think someone would have mentioned the possibility of rain in the comment section. None of the drivers have jumped in here to say anything. I don't think we're going to have a weather-affected race. But if you were with us on Sunday, you'll know that you don't need weather for havoc. There's that other yellow thing that Death Queen's always asking for. All the drivers taking a little bit of extra time. Break taking a little longer than usual. Of course, this is the first throw of the dice. You don't have the all-out speed to win the race, then sometimes the only way you can win a race or get on the podium is by rolling the dice. And that first roll of the dice happens before turn 1. Spikes leads us away on the formation lap. He's in P2. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to go for that position straight away into turn 1, or if he'll be happy to sit behind the McLaren for a couple of laps. Drivers, different approaches. Let's bring up your tyre screens to get an idea of what everyone's doing. And well, everyone seems to be doing pretty much the same thing. The entire field, with the exception of 2 drivers, have gone for the medium compound, so that's 18 drivers on the medium and just 2 drivers on the hard. Those 2 drivers are J-Boy and Essa. Now, what we could see in the race is qualifying pace does not always translate to race pace. We saw how close that midfield was. You could very well see the guys at the bottom of the midfield finish at the top of the midfield by the end of this race. Really depends how they set these cars up. You only get one opportunity to set up the car. Once you go out on that first out lap in qualifying, setup gets locked in under Parc Fermé. If you go something slightly more slick, less aero, so you can get that ultimate quick lap, might cost you in the race, and vice versa. Do we get a better camera angle than this? It's going to be Spikes versus Wheeze. Don't forget about Nismo and Virus on the second row. It's a tough turn 1. Let's hope all 20 drivers see the exit of it. There are your 5 red lights. There will be a pause. And when they go out, we get underway. It's Mercedes versus McLaren versus Red Bull versus Williams. And who gets into turn 1 first? It's the McLaren. Nismo looking interested in taking P2 in the early stages, but just tucks in behind the Mercedes for now. The 2 Red Bulls looking good in the early stages, 3 and 4. Followed by the pair of Williams, Virus and Pantry Star, 5 and 6. Then we've got Martin in the second Mercedes, P7, Smurf P8, Wezo P9, and we've got a caution early on in the race. Caution early on. Is that for a McLaren? I think that's a Ferrari at the rear of the field. That's the culprit. Skull at the rear of the field had some sort of incident, some sort of contact, or maybe went off circuit. Only he will know at this point. But he's definitely missing a very large piece of his wing. He's going to have to come back into the pits. Of course, a very long way to go in this race. And if you were with us on Sunday, you'll know that even if you were at the back of the race at some point, you could get very close to stealing a podium at the end. Just got to get back out there, forget about it, enjoy the quiet, clean air ahead of him. And just qualifying lap after qualifying lap, that's all you can do. Spikes goes over the line, he leads the first lap in its entirety, but Wheeze will soon get DRS. And things will become a little bit more difficult for the leader if he's not able to shake this Mercedes off. Wonder how many of these drivers are in contact while they're sitting there on the grid. Wonder if there was a consensus between the drivers to go for the medium, or if it just happened that everyone there in the top 12 landed up on mediums. Essa, the top hard runner at this point. His tyres will go a little bit further than everyone around him. Now Wheeze goes to the front for the first time in this race. Bring up the championship results. Look there, Wheeze leads the way from Spikes, 127 to 107. P1 and 2 in the championship, P1 and 2 on the circuit. Ferrari at the rear of the field, making up ground. The gap was 33 seconds down to 31, so he is making up a bit of time. He needs to concentrate on his own race. Hope for misfortunes of those up the road. Make sure he doesn't add to his own misfortunes. Wheeze at the front now, 9/10 of a second, 8/10 of a second. It's just flirting there on the line of DRS. So important for Spikes to keep him within DRS. Otherwise, that Mercedes can just coast down the road. And as things stand, I don't know if Spikes made some sort of a mistake, but he lost 4/10 of a second very quickly. And that means Wheeze is now comfortably outside of DRS. Spikes is going to have to do some work to reclaim those 4/10. Panda and Nismo, wheel to wheel Red Bulls. It's not often you see that, and that's not what you want to see between the teammates. Not what you want to see between the teammates. I was going to say Christian Horner, but well, Christian Horner's at home. Whoever the team boss is, can't be too impressed. Red Bulls were racing 3 and 4. They started going wheel to wheel. We had a little bit of a flashback to Max Verstappen, Dan Ricciardo days. Didn't end well. Now have one Red Bull in P3. The other Red Bull all the way down in P17. Very often we get that sort of action on the broadcast. Just happen to be on the right cars at the right time. Going through the S's here, fantastic helicopter shot of the circuit. Those S's designed after Maggots and Beckett's at the famous Silverstone circuit. So the long turn there in sector 3. Was that a long right-hander? I think it's that long right-hander that is based off the corner in Turkey. That is the circuit of the Americas. It's taken from several race circuits. Herman Fulker's favorite. Out of all of those iconic corners, they're going to copy one from Kyalami. Why the final corner? Probably the least interesting corner on the circuit. Wheeze leads the way in that gap now, 3.5 seconds. Said it was just over the 1 second mark. It's now gone over the 1 second mark, and look how quickly it's grown. That is the power of DRS. Your opponent can be quicker than you lap after lap after lap. If you're able to stay within that DRS, it just tows you around anyway, gives you a free ride. The moment you fall out of DRS, he's quicker than you. That pace becomes evident very quickly. We still out front, Spikes P2, then we've got Nismo in P3, that's the remaining Red Bull. Remember, those two were racing wheel to wheel and things didn't end too well. The other Red Bull now down the field in P16. Still running on those 4-lap old mediums, so I assume that second Red Bull didn't pick up any damage. Or if there was contact, or if that was just a spin, just a mistake. Now Martin getting past the Williams, going up into P4. What a race this is shaping up to be for Mercedes. One Mercedes in P1, the other Mercedes in P4, and making up ground. His next target, the Red Bull up the road. Nismo 2.4 seconds up the road. Blade becomes the first driver of the evening to pick up a penalty. It's a 3-second time penalty, so that is track limits very early on in the race. And another Smurf now, 3-second time penalty. A little early on in the race to be picking up 3-second time penalties. If you don't slow down this rate, you could be in the double digits by the end of the race. All of those drivers already in the penalty column, well, they'll just be driving a little bit more carefully. Caution in sector 3. Is that a Ferrari? Was it a Ferrari? Not sure who it was. It was a red car at the rear of the field, but if it was Skull, he's definitely back on his way, or is he? What is going on at the Scuderia? Do not do what I think you're about to do. Skull, you're live. I'm not happy. Don't do it. What is going on? It's a safety car. I didn't see the safety car, so excuse me, because it says caution on our screens. I thought Skull was coming into the pits to retire. He better not be. We have our first safety car of the evening. I didn't even see it get triggered. So thanks to the markings on the game, it doesn't say safety car, it just says caution in sector 2 and sector 3. And there we go, there's definitely the safety car sitting there stationary in sector 1, so it is a full safety car. And this is the sort of thing I say can flip your race on its head. You're at the back, gives you an opportunity, gives you a chance to roll the dice again. You're at the front, it's disrupting, it's annoying, and you just want to get on with it. Few interesting things to note is have a look who's come into the pits and who hasn't come into the pits. Of course, an easy way to tell is look there right next to your tire screen. Leader, Nismo, Essa, J-Boy, all 4 of those cars on 6-lap old tires. The rest of the field, 0 laps. That means they have made a pit stop under the safety car. Spikes was the main contender to Weezer's crown in this race. He chose to make a pit stop. He's on a brand new set of hard tires. Weez decided to hold on to track position. And now with that field having come together, well, he's going to have to stick with his decision. If he comes into the pits now, he'll find himself at the rear of the field. I wonder if Weez and Nismo were past the pit entry when that safety car was triggered. They chose to stay out, chose to hold on to track position. Let me know in the comment section if anybody knows what sort of run can we expect from these medium tires. How long until these medium tires start to go off? And those drivers who made a pit stop, the advantage comes to them. This is the corner I was speaking about, replica of Turkey. And then the final corner on the race circuit, as well as the pit entry, the Kyalami replica. But why this one? It was chosen Prothorn, Yeses. Of course, one of my favorite, and I have no idea why it's called this, is Barbecue Bend. Why is there a corner at a South African Grand Prix circuit called Barbecue Bend? And that is its official name. Barbecue? In South Africa? Nah. We are under safety car conditions, as you can see. Weeze leads the way. Nismo P2, he had what appeared to be a collision with his teammate. If not, they were just awfully close and the one spun around. Essa P3, J-Boy P4, those four drivers, the top four drivers, they have not made a pit stop. Weeze and Nismo P1 and 2 on a set of medium tyres, 7 laps old. Essa and J-Boy P3 and 4, hard set of tyres, also 7 laps old. The rest of the field, brand new tyres. This should also extend slightly how far that medium can go, because you've been driving around slowly, not wearing that tyre at all. Formula 1 tyres don't do much when they're not up to temperature. Another lap behind the safety car, and we've got one car at the rear of the field. That is Skull. I think he should catch up to the rest of the field by the end of the lap. Of course, what the game does is if the entire field comes together pretty quickly, sometimes we get 2 laps of safety car. If a driver is very far behind, the safety car will usually go around a maximum of 3 times. And if you're still unable to catch the queue, at that point, it leaves you behind. Skull is on course to catch the back of that queue. Going through, entering Sector 2, and he's in the middle of Sector 1. So he should be there by the end of the straight. There we go, he has caught the back of the queue, so I think we should get a notification that the safety car will be in this lap. We can get going again, lap 9 of 28, still quite a way to go in this race. Not even 50% distance of this 50% distance race. There we go, confirmation, safety car will be in this lap. The entire field is together. Everybody was able to catch up to the back of the queue. That just gives everybody, even the drivers at the back, some of the drivers at Ngozi, Skull, they were at the back and quite a gap to the rest of the cars. Now they're still at the back, but it's cancelled out that gap. And it means you can actually start attacking other drivers, trying to make overtakes. Make some progress up that timing sheet. Get ready for your restart. Safety car is safely back in the pits, and Weeze will take the responsibility of starting this race again. And there we go. I think he's got the jump on the rest of them. I think he has. Look at that. What a lead into turn 1. 9/10 of a second. And Essa lining up the Red Bull, pushing the Red Bull wide. Max Verstappen-esque. And Essa on the hard tyre up into P2. To McLaren in P2. Not the one we're used to. Spikes now makes a position on J-Boy, gets past the driver on the 9-lap-old hards. Next target will be Nismo, also on a set of aging mediums. Should be able to make easy work of it. Last thing you want to do is lose a front wing, and that's about as close as you can get. Pretty sure the Nose was touching the diffuser there. Almost said something else, but thought it might be inappropriate. Wheeze leads the way, 1.6 seconds is the gap. Nismo coming under... Not Nismo coming under pressure, but Essa coming under pressure. Nismo also under pressure. Spikes trying to get P3. Nismo trying to take P2. And Essa trying to defend from them all. How much longer? When DRS comes into effect, it'll be quite difficult to hold on to that position. And when Nismo does come by, it's going to be interesting to see just how he comes by. It's going to be a clean, calm move, or is it going to be a little bit of payback? Nothing into turn one for now. I thought the Red Bull might attack the McLaren, but not for now. Essa has a 6/10 advantage. Keeps P2. Wheeze well up the road, 2.5 seconds up the road. It's just 2 laps after the restart. 3-second time penalty goes the way of Lebby. Have a caution in sector 1. Hopefully that will clear, and it has cleared. Essa still holds on to P2. 7/10 of a second. Nismo P3. Then we've got 3/10 of a second. Spikes P4. Spikes P2 in the championship, 20 points adrift from the man in the lead. And now Essa. Essa now will look to his mirrors and see his teammate no longer the Red Bull. Will there be team orders? Will they race? Zach Brown's motto is, we're going to let them race. Well, one of these McLarens very much in the championship. We'll see how they play this out. Very, very quiet in the comment section. Talk, somebody talk. Let me know the comment section is still working. For all I know, everything's frozen and I'm talking to myself. We still out front, 3.7 seconds is the gap. That gap continuing to grow, and as I say that, it just topped 2/10, 3.5, 3.4. Wonder if that was a little mistake by Wheeze. Quickly corrected. Spikes has made his way past his teammate, so it's Wheeze P1, Spikes P2. They're separated by 3.5 seconds, but Wheeze is yet to pit. Know in the comment section, how far can these hards go? Could they make it to the end of the race? Surely not. Be quite the run. Further down the field, there is Martin in P4. He's trying to take that position from Essa. Essa's got 11 lap old hards. And now some more contact. This time Martin and the McLaren. I think we saw carbon fiber flying, but both those cars appear to have their full front wings intact. But Martin now up into P3. And look at this race between the teams. Mercedes, McLaren. Mercedes, McLaren. And if you want to get really complicated, you could say Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes. Caution in sector 3. Is that a Ferrari? It is a Ferrari. I think that was in the pits. Skull has called it a day. Driven the Ferrari into the pit lane and called it a day. So down to 18 runners from the 20 that started. We're a lap away from halfway distance. Another 3-second time penalty, this time going the way of Blade. Bring up the penalty screen real quick. Some of those getting harsh. 3 seconds apiece for Nismo, Smurf. And then 6 seconds apiece for Sugar Bear, Blade and Lebby. course, if you have a close finish at the end, something like a late safety car, and the field isn't able to spread out, somebody with 6 seconds worth of penalties, it's going to be really harsh. Everyone with a penalty next to their name, hoping for no more safety cars, especially not at the end. Death Queen, I think you and I, we need to discuss a penalty for Skull every time he retires in the pits. Surely there's a fine for the FIA from the FIA for just voluntarily retiring. Maybe the next time he retires in the pits, I'm going to drag him into the comms box, mute myself, and make him do the stream. And that would be quite fun. He'll be back on track very quickly. Death Queen, do you agree? I'll bring him into the comms box, just mute myself, let him do the whole thing. He can decide which one he prefers, and something tells me he'll be back on track the very next opportunity he gets. Weeze leads the way from Spikes, then Martin, Esther in P4. Two teams dominating the top 4 positions. Weeze, Spikes, Martin and Essa. Very quick names, and we've got even more quick names. They're just down the field. They're not having the day they would have wanted. There's Panda. He was in P4 not so long ago. He had that... Don't really know what that was with his teammate. Only the teammates will be able to tell me. They were very close together. They were going wheel to wheel. Suddenly one spun out. Was that driver error? Was that contact? Those two drivers will know, and surely you'll hear about it in the Discord after the race. Spikes, he's out front, then Martin, then Essa. That means that Weeze has made a pit stop, and look where he comes out. Look where he comes out. You know he's got the speed, but he's going to have to come through that field. Going to have to come through that midfield. Going to have to do so carefully. He doesn't want to lose a wing on the way. Did not make a pit stop under the safety car, and now he's slightly out of sync with the rest of the field. But Weeze down in P15, 5 seconds away from Andre. And he'll be looking to close that gap as quickly as possible so he can start making some overtakes. If there are any drivers in the comment section, let me know what can we expect from a hard tire in terms of its maximum run. What can we expect from a medium tire in terms of its maximum run? Spikes leads the way, 2.3 seconds is the gap. Then it's Martin in P2. Essa still holding on to P4. Virus in the Williams, he's made his way up into the top 3. Or has he? Yes, he has. Timesheets jumping up and down. What's going on? Virus P3, now Levy promoted up to P4. Remember, Essa was one of those drivers who did not pit. Same thing as Weeze. He's now 5 seconds adrift from Weeze. He's down in P15 and just been passed by a Red Bull. Nismo and Essa, I think they had a moment not so long ago. That was when they were at the front of the field. Well, now they're in P15 and 16, and that's how quick things can change. Well, look who's here. Visor, welcome to the stream. You're a little late. Hope you managed to get your vote in before the stream. But regardless, we're at Kota. Just want to remind everybody there's somebody here in the comment section by the name of Visor, and he once made a bet that if a certain driver finishes in the top 5, he's going to shave his head. That driver almost finished in the top 5 on Sunday. That should make Harsh Cartoon want to practice even more. Should be the inspiration he needs. Not only to get into the top 5, but to take the whole thing. What happens if he wins a race? I think then we have to go with eyebrows as well. We can just have a shirt made. I love Harsh Cartoon. Make you wear it. Spikes leads the way, 2.6 seconds is the gap. Then Virus in P3, 6.5 seconds adrift from those top 2. Coming under pressure from Levy. Thought it was 2 Alpines for a moment, but it's an Alpine and a Williams. Too many blue cars on the grid. The RB of Wezo in P5. Some of these drivers were at the rear of the field not so long ago. Now they're at the front of the field. One safety car and flip everything on its head. That's why I say that first roll of the dice comes before turn 1. It's your strategy. You go with a set of hard tyres, expecting to pit late on into the race. Out comes an early safety car. You're forced to stay out, hold on to track position because your hard tyres haven't done their job yet. Everybody jumps in, gets a free pit stop. And that's why Wheeze is so out of position in P9. It's a fantastic opportunity for the McLaren driver out front to close that championship lead and bring that championship up once more. 127 points to Wheeze, 107 points to Spikes, so just 20 points in this championship. Spikes would love to walk away tonight with a victory, close that championship up as much as possible. But while we're speaking about Spikes, we're looking at his championship rival. Wheeze takes another position, this time gets past the Horse of Blade. He's up into P8. And his next target, not too far up the road, the Red Bull of Panda, and he's already in his tracks. There's Wheeze, another one, this time getting past the Red Bull as easy as you can into turn 1. Already getting awfully close to that Williams of Pantry Star. He's coming through the field at an incredible rate. Spikes at the front of the field. I'm not sure how or where he is of Wheeze's position. But he needs to continue to open that gap as much as possible, because as things are going, I think Wheeze is going to be up there pretty soon. Mounting a challenge now on the Williams. The inside, this should be easily done. He's going to get DRS and immediately chase that RB. Yellow flag appears and disappears before I can finish my sentence. Apmagosi retires from the session. Fortunate for Apmagosi was that in the pits, I believe it was. why it has not triggered a safety car. You can see the blue indicator there sitting in the pits. That is Apmagosi. He's driven into the pits and called it a day. Spikes out front, then Martin, Virus, Lebby, and this is Wheeze. Driver who looked like he was going to take pole, had that pole position stolen away from him in the closing moments of qualifying. Then in the race, stayed behind Spike for a couple of laps, took the lead, opened up that gap to a comfortable lead. Safety car came out. He chose to hold on to track position. His nearest rival, Spikes, chose to do something different. Now Spikes leads the way, but Wheeze is chasing on fresher tyres. Be interesting now to see. I think those hards will go to the end. There's 8 laps to go. But how will those hards be feeling in the closing stages of the race? Remember, Wheeze is going to have much fresher tyres in those closing laps. Everyone else, tyres aren't going to be in their prime. Another position for Wheeze, now up into P2. Between him and Spikes is only his teammate. Caution in Sector 2. Quickly look to the track map, but I don't see the suspect. Still a caution in Sector 2. Is that a Ferrari? I think that's a Ferrari. I think it was a Ferrari. J-Boy down in P15. Ferrari not having the evening they would have wanted. Of course, in the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari 38 points. Large amount of those points coming with Skull's win in round 4. Playboy also picked up points that night. Ferrari either get the cars both in the points and have a decent evening, or they're both out the points or both retired. It's either or. Advisor, that is not a bet you want to make publicly. Instead, you've made it in the comment section on a streaming service. Now I can revert back to this. There we go. Just for the record, in case the comment section for some reason goes missing, I want to read this out. This is from Visor Gaming. That's his full name. If Harsh Cartoon gets P1, I will tattoo his name on my face. So, you want to see Visor get his own Mike Tyson type tattoo? Harsh Cartoon, you know what to do. Get practicing. And if he's not listening, I hope somebody conveys that message to him. Spike still out front, 5.7 seconds. Martin De Bruyne in P2. And his teammates coming up on him pretty soon. 2.5 seconds now, the gap between the two Mercedes. I wonder if Martin will put up a fight or if it's going to be a quick swap. Of course, Wheeze is the championship leader, but Martin still has a stake in this championship. Where is Martin in the championship? Or does he still have a stake in this championship? I'm confused. Panda is in P3 in the championship, 90 points. Where is Panda? He's in P6, up to 2 points. like to be higher up the field so he could close that gap to Wheeze. And for a time being, looked like these drivers were going to make a big advantage to Wheeze, but he stormed through that field. Just moments ago, just 2.5 seconds down the road from his teammate, and now he's in prime passing position. There will be no battle from his teammate. He goes to the side, little bit of a weave. I think that's to say thank you. And Wheeze goes up into P2. He has 1 goal left. It's Papaya. It's 6.8 seconds up the road. And I think he's got the pace to do it. We've got a caution in Sector 3. Is that a car retiring in the pits? Yes, it is. It's Blade. Blade retires from the race. Take no further part. That means we're down to 15 of the 20 drivers we started with. We've lost a quarter of the field. Sugar Bear picks up a 3-second time penalty. I think he already had one. That'll put him up. Ooh, he already had a few. He had more than one. And now it's 3 seconds apiece for Robin, Wezo, and Panda. Then we've got 6 seconds apiece for Smurf, Nismo, and J-Boy. And then Sugar Bear. Well, 15 seconds. It's the way the night can go sometimes. One penalty, another penalty, another penalty. Everything snowballs. You get frustrated, start making mistakes. You go over the lines even more than you'd usually do. And that's why when you get that early penalty in the race, you just got to settle down, put it out of your mind. But it can so quickly snowball into disaster. Welcome to Yun in the comment section. What happened to all the viewers? All the viewers disappeared. Everyone's still there? Okay. Okay, it's starting to tick up again. I'm not sure what happened there. Spikes. 5.5 seconds. This is the man that's chasing him. Might look like a really tough job. 5.5 seconds to catch the leader. 4 laps remaining. Even seems impossible in most scenarios. But we are talking about Wheeze. We know he's got a speed advantage. We know he's one of the quickest drivers out on circuit. But he also has a tyre advantage. Spikes 17 lap old hards. Wheeze 9 lap old hards. He's got a speed advantage. He's got a grip advantage. And if Spikes is able to hold on to this, it'll be quite the drive. Five Mercedes-powered cars in the top 5. McLaren Mercedes, Mercedes Mercedes, Williams Mercedes, Williams Mercedes. Next year we'll have an Alpine Mercedes. Imagine that. Renault Mercedes. Ridiculous. That another retirement? No, it's not. Just saw something flashing above my screen. I didn't get a chance to read it. I think somebody may have left the lobby. Spikes leads the way. Spikes 4.6 seconds is the gap. But that Wheeze passed his teammate not so long ago. And he's already 4.5 seconds up the road from his teammate. Gap to the leader is closing, but it's not closing nearly fast enough. 4.5 seconds, lap 25 of 28. And unless Spike's tyres fall off a cliff on the last 2 laps, see how he's going to be able to do this without the help of DRS. Sure, he's using all of his battery, doing everything he can in the closing stages, getting every single little bit of energy he can get out of that car. 4.2 seconds, he edges closer. 4.1. it'd be interesting to see those two in the same frame again on the last lap. They started together. Their races went two very different ways, and they might end up together where they started. This is Panda, one of the two Red Bulls. Surprisingly, those Red Bulls almost next to each other again. The one Red Bull in P6, the other one in P8. We know Panda was the one that came off second best from that earlier incident between the two Red Bulls. I'll just call it an incident because I don't know what happened. Could have been driver error, could have been contact. I just saw the spin. Didn't exactly see what led up to it. Smurf. The driver separating those two Red Bulls. I don't know if he wants to be separating those two Red Bulls, if he knows the history between them. Of course, the Circuit of the Americas, a very widely used circuit, also used by MotoGP. IndyCar will be returning here in 2026. As well in 2025, NASCAR making its first appearance at the Circuit of the Americas. Seems like a pretty awesome venue to live near. I think one circuit that gets even more than that is Barcelona. Barcelona gets absolutely everything. Formula 3, 2, 1. It gets WEC. It even has a stage on the Spanish WRC. Also has the Catalunya 6-hour race. Racing events happening all year round. If you're a motorsport fan, good places to live. Weeze used an awful amount of curb there. I wonder if he's made a mistake because his time has gone backwards. 7.7 seconds, 6.9. It's getting closer and closer, but he's made a mistake somewhere because that gap has increased very quickly. 7 seconds. Spikes will breathe a sigh of relief. You just feel that Mercedes getting closer and closer. And now all of a sudden he'll look up at the time and he'll feel a lot more comfortable, but don't get too comfortable. Still a lap and a half to go. Spikes 27 of 28 goes around the final corner for the penultimate time. He's going to start the final lap. Started from pole position, lost the lead to Weeze. Couldn't stay up with Weeze. Weeze built a large gap. Safety car came out. He chose to come into the pits. Weeze chose to hold on to track position. Spikes came out in front. Weeze had to do a lot of work to come through the field. He did all the work, got himself up into P2, started closing the gap, and then somewhere along the line made a mistake. He's closed that gap up to 5.3 seconds again. Without the mistake, I expect these two would have been right on top of each other at this stage. Thanks to Polar in the comment section just saying that we're still having PC issues with freeze screen. Fortunately, I've only ever played this game on the PS5, so I'm unfamiliar with some of the PC problems. This game is so broken, it has different problems for different consoles, different problems for PC. Spikes. Not long to go. Just needs to keep the car pointing in the right direction for a little longer. Surely he's going to have a little weave. Yes, he does. Over the line. What a victory from P1. The P1 on the grid that he stole in the closing moments. And of course, Weeze was bearing down on him at the end there. If it weren't for that mistake, things would have been a lot closer, but he had to absorb all that pressure. And he did. And that means the championship is just going to get a little closer. Let's see if Weeze took the fastest lap. Of course, if he did take the fastest lap, an additional point will be added to his name. If he didn't, well, I think that's a difference of 7 points. So, championship will come down to just 13 points after round 8. All to play for with just a few rounds to go. Now wait for the final car to come over the line. There he is. Now let's just wait for those final results, those final stats. There's your quick look at the podium. Driver of the day goes to Essa. Most overtakes goes to Essa. Cleanest driver goes to, oh, look at that. Well. Harsh Cartoon. Fastest lap goes to Wee, so he does get the additional point. And of course, the race winner was Spikes. From P1 on the grid, Spikes takes the victory. Wee's P2, Martin P3, the two Mercedes. They'll be happy with that. Pantry Star and Virus, the pair of Williams, 4 and 5. Then you got Panda P6, Essa P7. Andre getting into the points at the end there. Started from P17 on the grid. Then Harsh Cartoon in the points again. P9. Smurf takes that final point. Race was looking a lot better in the beginning for Nismo. He finishes off in P11. Wezo P12. Scout P3. Called him Scout again. Don't know why. J-Boy P14. Sugar Bear 15. And then the retirements. Blade, Lebby, Apmagozi, Skull, and Top Gun. Had to get through that quickly. And it's gone. And the time I get through it really quickly, it just happens to stay on screen. Isn't that useful? So there we go, folks. Another successful mystery round for SAFRL. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Of course, the voting went really well. First time we had the mystery circuit, that was in round 5. We got 70 odd votes. This time we got almost 60 votes. So lots of support on the channel for these mystery races. Much appreciated by me, and I'm sure by the drivers. It just adds a little bit of fun to it, voting and getting ready for the night. So a lot of you joined us, so thank you to everyone who was here even before the race started. I'm going to have a look at Discord just to see if we have anyone floating around in that cool-down room. Don't have anyone in the cool-down room. So I'm going to put on a little bit of music. If anybody decides to join the cool-down room, then we'll come back. If not, I'm going to take this time to say my goodbyes. Everyone watching, thank you very much. We'll be back on Sunday with SKR. Until then, cheers.
Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill.
Gather round, mates, for a tale that's a laugh about a racer named Jack took an F1 path. Aussie lad with guts, but he spun that ride, crashed his dreams. Now he's off to the side. Jack Gold Coast born with speed in his heart, Dad's a legend, gave him racing from the start. F4, F3, tearing up the scene. F2 king, living out his dream. Alpine shouted, Jack, you're our man. Gave him Ocon seat, thought he'd lead the plan. But 25 roared like a roo gone wild. Jack's F1 hopes got wrecked in exile. Suzuka turn 1, pushing 8 and 5. Slammed that wall, car barely survived. Team radio buzz, Jack, you still there? He's stumbling out, dust in his hair. Oh, Jack ain't coming back, he's done away, mate. Crashed that car, sealed his F1 fate. 0 points, left skid marks on the track. Frank goes in, and Jack ain't coming back. Miami Grand Prix, thought he'd make a mark. Turn 1, lap 1, sent Liam Lawson to the dark. Penalty stacked, his license near shot. Speeding in the pits, fines hit the lot. Alpine's cash took a hit from his...
5 seconds, it's a joke. A joke. Think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space. GP2, engine. GP2. Yeah.
You've got a fire burning deep inside, a spark in the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. The ground may shake, but your roots run deep. Every fall you take is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.